Hi, we're the Burnside family.
Allison, Noah, Theo,
and Tony.
And I'm Lily. After 17 years of living in the U.S., my parents have decided that we need to change. We're moving across the world. Now, Mom and Dad, now that I'm settled and I'm going into high school, why are we moving across the world?
well, an opportunity presented itself that we felt, despite our fabulous life here in the US, that we really couldn't pass up. In the same way as 17 years ago when Daddy and I were given the opportunity to move to the US, I can't now imagine what it would have been like if we hadn't taken that. With Australia, I know that life here has been absolutely fabulous, charming. Life in Antarctica has been fabulous. Skiing at Sandra River is great. And our home life in Exeter has also treated us very well. However, I just feel that there's more to the world than the US. And for you children especially, to experience another part of the world is extremely important.
Over the last 17 years in America, we've bought and sold 11 properties. We spend every weekend in the summer coming from New Hampshire to this wonderful place at Nantucket, and we spend pretty much every weekend during the winter going up to the mountains to ski in Sunday River. And we're absolutely tired of our nomadic lifestyle. So what we're looking for in Australia is a home that we enjoy being with when we're working, when the kids are at school, and on our vacation time. So what I'm looking for is something that's very modern, lots of glazing, preferably furnished, because I think that'll make life much, much easier for us. I also think that I'm going to have to be there 5 weeks ahead of everyone else. So for me, Allison.
However, I think that we would be better off from the point of view of the children and pets, going in somewhere that's unfinished. The chance of us getting a finished property with 2 dogs, large dogs, is slim to none. So for the children to settle in faster and feel more at home, albeit in a rental, I think we really are looking for an unfinished property. I'm not bothered whether it has lots of glazing or whether it's contemporary or traditional. I think given my own skills, it will be a perfect home, whatever we choose.
But absolutely, the most important thing is it needs to be near the ocean. We love being near the ocean.
We both agree on that. Yeah.
That's the number one.
Yeah. So as long as it's near the ocean and it's somewhere that the pets are perfectly happy, as are the children, it's very unfortunate that we're going to be apart for 5 weeks, but somehow we'll get through that. And then once we're all together, then we can start making our home in Australia. So as far as the sacrifices are concerned, the major one with our dads is that our families have all become very used to travelling to the United States, which is a mere 7-hour journey max from London Heathrow. Now, with our latest venture, we're talking more like a 30-hour trip across the world, and that isn't going to be anything like as frequent. So that is a huge sacrifice, as is for the children, definitely losing the ability to ski every weekend through the winter.
Yeah, for my brothers and I would definitely say that skiing and our friends is the biggest sacrifice that we're going to have to give. We have been blessed with the opportunity to ski every weekend, and we have made so many good relationships. And to know that we're not going to have that anymore, it's a big change, but we are so thankful that we've been given this opportunity to move across the world.
Several concerns really, one of which would be that initially everyone started fresh, none of us know the area, so finding our feet in a new town, having to find healthcare and insurance and all the other things that go with it. Just the infrastructure of home life is obviously far greater when you're travelling with 3 children and animals and your husband. When Tony and I came 17 years ago, it was just him and I and the cat, and it was a lot easier. And to a certain extent, England, there wasn't as much of a huge difference as going from the US to Australia.
My biggest concern is the network for work I've built up over the last 17 years. It's important to my business, and basically we're starting from scratch, so obviously that's a huge concern. Another thing is we spend every weekend in the winter, we're lucky enough to ski, and we drive to a ski resort every weekend. I'm concerned about that. Skiing just isn't the same in Australia, or if we can even do it. So
that's a big change.